Hey, what's up everyone? Nick here. We are finally at the finale of the Resident Evil 5 Professional Difficulty S Rank No Damage walkthrough. The last time I will ever have to give that long of an introduction. Yeah, we are moving on to Chapter 6-3. This is the final level of the game. And before we start things off, we are going to be treated to a short cutscene. So you should recognize this location. Go ahead and trace your path back to the main building. Go through the door, and that will trigger a cutscene.
Wait.
An assault bomber. When Jill said Wesker was planning to spread Ouroboros throughout the world.
He's planning to use this to spread it. Wesker! There he is! Come on, let's go! Jill! Are you alright?
I'm fine. Don't worry about me. Just listen carefully. There's something I need to tell you. Wesker's superhuman strength. It comes from a virus. But the virus is unstable. In order to maintain a balance, he must inject himself regularly with a serum.
So if you cut the supply of serum, he loses his strength.
Affirmative. But he just took a dose, so it's going to be a while before he needs another one.
Damn.
Listen, Excella said that the amount administered has to be precise. So if he injects too much, it should act like a poison. I think she used a serum labeled PG67AW.
PG67AW.
I'm going to try to find a way to escape. You need to find that serum. Excella always kept it with her, in an attaché case.
Jill! Come in! Jill! Shit.
Chris, this is it.
Let's give it a shot.
Alright guys, here we go. So, from this location, we are going to turn around, go through this elevator here, and this level is divided into a couple of sections. So first things first, we have to escape the ship, and you can hear the alarms going off, which should kind of tell you that everything is about to get thrown at us. We are going to have to fight militant Magini, we're going to have to fight 2 Reapers, there's going to be 2 big men Gatling gun Magini. This is a pretty tough part of the game. Even with infinite ammo, even with upgrades, this part is hard. And it's even harder when you try to do it no damage, but nevertheless I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. And this particular part here, it's going to be divided into 3 rooms. This first room is going to have just regular Magini, second room is going to have Magini and Reapers, and then the third room is going to have Magini and the Gatling gun boys. So be careful right here. I'm going to jump down this ladder, and then I'm immediately going to run forward, because you'll see there's this guy that's kind of hidden, and he's going to try to swing at me, but he will be unsuccessful. And yeah, so the hardest part about this, if you are trying to do no damage, is you don't get a checkpoint until the end of the second room. And so if you get hit at any point, you have to redo this whole firefight. But anyway, you know, we'll get through this. You'll turn the lever, and now we have to wait for the door to open. So you're going to turn around, you're going to kill all of those guys that try to sneak up on you, and then what I'm going to do, and this might be kind of surprising, but I'm going to go and jump down back here into the water, and I'm just going to kind of hide in a corner and pick off all the enemies. And the reason this is a pretty good strategy is because I can stand in this corner here, and the enemies are either going to come from one of 2 locations. They're going to come from right in front of me, or they're going to come from the left, like you saw this guy do right here. And so I'm just going to stand here and kill all the enemies that come towards me. You'll notice Sheva is looking up there, that there are a couple enemies on the walkway, but they can't really shoot me from this location. So instead, they're going to come try to track me down, and that's when I'm going to shoot them rather easily. And I'm just going to stay down here until those doors open up and until I can move into the second room. Now, I told you how this level is divided into sections. This is the first section. The second section is going to be the first Wesker boss fight, and then the third section is going to be the second Wesker boss fight. So that boss fight is kind of split into 2 sections. And as you can imagine, being the last video of the game, there are a bit more cutscenes than usual, and they're a bit longer than usual because they kind of, you know, they got to wrap up the story and everything like that. But yeah, so I'm just going to stay down here, and now you can see that the doors to the second room have opened. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to equip my rocket launcher, and I'm going to shoot a couple rockets through the gap into the next room. And you might be wondering, why am I doing this? There's nothing there. Well, there are some people there, but you just can't see them from this location. But there are a lot of enemies in there with guns, and so my hope here is that by shooting the rocket launcher, I'm not hoping to hit an enemy directly, but instead I'm hoping that the blast will kind of kill them. And then what I do is I throw a flashbang to stun the enemies, and only then do I climb up the ladder and take cover behind this pillar here. And the reason I threw that flashbang is because on my first attempt at this, when I climbed up the ladder, the enemies in the next room just tore me to shreds as I was climbing up the ladder. So by throwing the flashbang, I was hoping to kind of stun the enemies so that I could safely climb up that ladder, make my way over here, and then hunker down for the rest of the fight. Alright, so like I said, you will not get a checkpoint until you completely clear out the second room. And there are a lot of enemies in the second room, and they're not all available at once. They spawn in waves, and so, you know, now I'm going to jump the gap, and here come the enemies. So the first wave is going to spawn on the left. You can already see them. I'm going to aim with the rifle and try to take down the RPG guy first. Now I'm going to shoot his buddies. So the other guys, they were able to make it to the center of the map. So I'm going to try to get a good shot off on them. Here we go. Alright, now some more enemies are going to come from the right. Sheva's just standing right in front of my scope. That's probably not a bright idea. Alright, but the biggest thing here is just to be patient. Don't run out. Just stay back here where it's safe. Pick off the enemies one by one. The biggest thing here, and believe it or not, I almost got through this section without taking damage on my very first try. And what ended up happening is I got to this room. I thought that I cleared out the room, and then when I went to advance, it turns out there was an enemy that was hiding, and he ended up shooting me, which caused me damage, and so I had to restart this area. And then when I had to restart the area, it ended up taking me about 45 minutes to actually do this part successfully. So the biggest piece of strategy here is just to stay back here where it's safe and just be patient. You know, just keep rotating your camera. Make sure that there are no enemies around before you move up. And I mean really, just make sure no one is left. Now finally I feel comfortable moving up, so I'm going to run over to the controls, and then I'm going to pull the lever to start opening this final door. So here we go. And once you do that, immediately turn around and equip the rocket launcher, because we are about to be attacked by a Reaper. And you got to shoot this Reaper before he gets too close to you, otherwise the rocket launcher blast will hurt you as well. So here we go. I'm going to turn around, equip that rocket launcher. Here comes the Reaper. And you can see he's still pretty close to me, and somehow that blast didn't hurt me. So one hit, one kill. Then run to the other side. Here comes the second Reaper. Once again, just one rocket launcher will do the trick. And that's it. Now what's going to happen is once those doors open, there's going to be 2 of the Gatling gun Mcgee that will spawn. Now normally in this part you get very overwhelmed because you're running around trying to kill the Reapers, and then before you can even kill them, all of the Mcgee and the 2 Gatling gun Mcgee will spawn, and it's hard to deal with. There's a lot of enemies, but by using the rocket launcher on the Mcgee, you're able to kind of give yourself some breathing room, and you can see now I'm just kind of waiting very patiently for the enemies to actually spawn. I killed the Reapers too quickly. But then, you know, just like in Chapter 6-1, when I killed the Gatling gun Mcgee with one shot from the rocket launcher, I'm going to do the same thing here. And the cool part is the 2 Gatling gun Mcgee will actually be right next to each other. So by hitting one of them with the rocket launcher, the blast will actually be strong enough to kill both of them with one shot. Or if it doesn't kill him, it will at least severely damage him. So here you go. Here they come. I'm going to aim down my sights, fire one rocket, and voila, you could see that they both kind of converged on each other, and they both just dropped down in unison. Now, from this point, a number of regular Mcgee are going to spawn, so I'll just, again, just use the rocket launcher, or I could pull out my rifle if I wanted to, but you know what, this is the last part of the game where we're actually going to be fighting the Mcgee, so I just decided, you know what, screw these guys, I'm going to go all out and just cause some damn damage. Some damn damage. I've never said those 2 words like that before, but I am. I'm just going to cause some damn damage. And here we go. Looks like that was the last guy to deal with, so now we're good to move on to the final part of the game, which is the Wesker boss fight, which is a pretty long fight, and like I said, there are some pretty long cutscenes involved as well, but I'm going to go ahead and pick up these 2 key cards, make my way to the elevator, And then once I get through, that will trigger a cutscene, and then we'll move on to the first half of the Wesker boss fight. So here we go. Let's do this.
Something doesn't feel right. Can't explain it.
Yeah, I hear ya. Your plans are finished, Wesker.
There's no way out this time.
Don't you two ever tire of failing in your mission? You've really become quite an inconvenience for me.
What do you accomplish by unleashing Ouroboros?
Every day, humans come one step closer to self-destruction. I'm not destroying the world, I'm saving it.
This guy's lost
This may be our only chance.
it. Do it.
Things are really getting interesting now, eh, Chris? Do you actually think you can defeat me?
Either way, I'm not gonna stop until I'm dead.
Well then, I'll just have to kill you quickly.
Alright guys, so for the Wesker fight here, we're basically going to do the same thing we did in Chapter 5-3. We want to shoot him with the rocket launcher, and then while he's holding the rocket, we want to shoot it to cause an explosion. So first things first, I'm going to run to each corner of this area, and I'm going to pull these levers to turn off the lights. That will make it a bit easier to shoot him because he won't be able to see you. But still, you know, with his superhuman strength and dodging abilities, you're going to have to make sure you kind of sneak up behind him when you pull off the shot. So here we go. All the lights are now off. I'm going to run over here. Hopefully Sheva can distract him for a couple seconds.
Occurred to you that this planet is overpopulated.
So let him just keep talking for whatever reason. And now you can see he doesn't see me, so I'm going to shoot him. And now I'm going to shoot the rocket that he's holding. That will cause him to fall. And I think you can do this after only once, but I'm just going to do it twice to be safe. But what you have to do is, once he's down, you have to run up to him to actually inject him with the serum that will act as a poison if he has too much of it. So I kind of missed my chance right there. I was a bit too far away. So here we go. I'm just going to show you how to do it again. It's really easy. Just keep running away from him. And you can hide behind these corners. And you'll notice the reason I have the mini-map up is so that I can see where he is at all times. Here we go, another rocket. Once again, shoot the rocket. He'll go down. You can see I already started running away, forgetting what I had to do. But anyway, now I'm going to run up, restrain him, and that will cause a pretty long cutscene. This is going to be the longest one, and then we'll get into the rest of the boss fight.
Did it work?
I think so.
This isn't over, Chris.
Sheva, he's getting away. Hurry.
It seems I may have underestimated you, Chris.
Save it, Wesker. There's no one left to help you now.
I don't need anyone else. I have Ouroboros. In less than 5 minutes, we'll reach the optimal altitude for missile deployment. Ouroboros will be released into the atmosphere, ensuring complete global saturation. Your feeble attempts only delay the inevitable. The entire world will be infected. A new Genesis is at hand, and I will be the creator.
I've had enough of your bullshit! You're just another one of Umbrella's leftovers.
You know what we have to do.
All right, I'll go for the override lever. Cover me.
You'll pay for that.
Hang on!
I'm taking the two of you with me.
Like hell you will!
Alright guys, so there's going to be one more cutscene before we're able to move on to the bulk of the fight. You'll notice now we're crashed down in a volcano, which is just a bit ridiculous if you ask me. But let's do the boss fight. So once you're ready to go, just advance up, and that's going to trigger one more short cutscene.
I should have killed you years ago. Chris.
Your mistake. It's over, Wesker!
Over. I'm just getting started. Time to die, Chris.
Alright, let's do this, guys. Last stretch of gameplay here. We are going to take down Wesker once and for all. As usual with the boss fights in this game, all we're going to need is the Magnum and the rocket launcher. So, first things first, Sheva's going to be up there, you're going to be down here. And what you're going to want to do as soon as you gain control of Chris is you're going to want to make a run for it. And you're going to run up this hill here, turn around, and Wesker will be pursuing you. And you're going to kind of see that it's his back. There's a spot on his back. It's like the center of his back. That's the weak point. So once he kind of turns his back to you, just go ahead and start shooting it. You can see I'm actually kind of a bit early here. I'm not hitting the spot that I need to hit, but there we go. So that's the spot you need to aim for. I'm going to go, once again, start shooting it. And eventually, once that spot takes enough damage, he'll turn around. And this particular shot right here, where it zooms in on his face, like right here, he really reminds me of Anakin in the third Star Wars film during the battle on Mustafar, which actually, that was my next point. This fight here completely reminds me of the final fight between Anakin and Obi-Wan on Mustafar, just in so many ways. But anyway, well, not so many ways, I guess, just the location and that one look on Wesker's face. But anyway, Wesker's he's gonna start pursuing Sheva, and so what you want to do is you're just gonna keep shooting him so that Sheva has enough time to pull herself to safety. So you can see I'm just gonna load into him with the rifle. He will throw these things at you, but if you keep shooting him, he won't have time. So that's why you don't have to see me dealing with that there. Sheva is still trying to pull herself up. Eventually, you'll see the help sign go away, and that will be kind of your cue. I can't believe how many times I'm shooting him. But now she's good, so I'm going to make a run to go rescue her. So here we go. And good old Chris Redfield being Chris Redfield, we're going to start punching some boulders. So go ahead and just follow these QuickTime buttons right here. And yeah, this is pretty unbelievable. Let's just punch this giant boulder. Because why not? We're Chris Redfield. So there we go. You'll create a little bridge for Sheva to cross through the lava. And that will bring us to the very last part of the fight. So hope you're ready, guys. We're almost done with this walkthrough. I've really enjoyed this one. I had a lot of fun with this game, and I'm really glad I was able to bring it to the channel. Because this is one of those games that I pitched the idea of bringing it to the channel, but I was worried I might never end up following through with it. But I did. I'm very glad I did, and I hope you guys are too. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this one. If not for a walkthrough standpoint, hopefully for an entertaining standpoint. Hopefully you found it enjoyable. But here we go. So this is the last part, and first things first, we're going to equip the Magnum. So I'm going to. Your goal here is to shoot him in the back. So you'll see he'll do this move where he raises his giant arm to the sky, and that's going to be your opportunity. So here he goes. He raises it up. I was a little late, so I ended up not going forward on this one, but you'll see I run behind him, shoot him once in the back. There it is. Now I'm going to equip the rocket launcher. He'll do this move right here, so make sure you're standing away. And then what's going to happen is he'll turn around and he'll expose his chest, and you have to hit the thing on his chest with the rocket launcher. It only takes one direct hit to put him down. You'll see I did miss a couple of times, but one direct hit to the chest will finish this fight for good. So here you go, guys. Enjoy the final cutscene.
locked and loaded.
Suck on this, Wesker.
Your time's up, you son of a bitch. That was for our fallen brothers.
It's over.
Yes. Finally.
More and more, I find myself wondering if it's all worth fighting for. For a future without fear? Yeah, it's worth it.
And there you have it, everyone. The entire game of Resident Evil 5, played on professional difficulty, S rank, no damage. Pretty cool. There is the achievement for beating the game on professional difficulty. I hope you guys enjoyed this walkthrough. I had a lot of fun with it. Kind of some goals for the future. You know, at this point I have guides on my channel for Resident Evil 4, 5, and 7. My next goal is to get 6 on here and then work my way back to Resident Evil 0 and 1. And then, of course, you know, when Resident Evil 2 Remaster comes out, hopefully I can tackle that as well. But we'll see. Everything is up in the air at this point. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know, as always, what you thought in the comments down below. Are you sad to see this one come to a close? Could you not care less? Let me know either way. But as always, another walkthrough bites the dust. Who knows what the next project will be? Only time will tell. And I will see you in the next walkthrough.